Welcome to Quickcasts from Yoga for First Responders. I'm Eric Brenneman, and in these bite-sized episodes, we'll bring you quick insights and practical tips on the power of yoga, breathwork, mindfulness, and meditation specifically for first responders. Whether you're on a quick break or between calls, we've got a nugget of wisdom to help you stay resilient and focused. Let's dive right in.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Quickcast. I have got a story for you today. One that caught me off guard, left me a little rattled, and ultimately made me stronger. It's about trauma, confidence, and surviving your first public TEDx event with your dignity mostly intact. So let me set the scene. The other day, I attended my first public TEDx ABQ event. It was a little community mixer where they introduced us as speakers, and we got to meet folks from around the city. I had friends there, people I love and admire, and I also met some new people too. And one of them was a woman sitting alone who came up and joined our group. She had just moved to New Mexico like me. She was also from California, and so far, lovely conversation. And even better, she was a psychotherapist. So, of course, I launched into what I do because Hello TEDx is literally about sharing ideas, and this event was supposed to be sharing our ideas and what we're speaking about with the public. So I told her about yoga for first responders and how I work with military and public safety to process stress, build resilience, and enhance their performance. And I asked her if she ever processes what she hears in her own line of work, and she said no. So I invited her to my class. I pointed out a few friends I had and students in the room, such as a veteran who literally does yoga in jeans after putting out his cigarette, a former fire chief who's mentoring the next generation of firefighters, and a survivor of sexual assault who's learning to trust her body again. And then, boom, something shifted. I don't want to offend you, she said, but I don't think there's anything you can teach me that I don't already know. And y'all, I've never had someone say something like that to me. I mean, maybe they've thought it, but no one's ever said it to me out loud. So I asked calmly, well, what is it you think I do? And she goes, well, now you're putting me on the spot and I don't appreciate it. Okay, well, it kind of unraveled from there. I went on to explain that what I teach is probably different than what she thinks I do, and she continued to give two shits. So eventually she says, I didn't come here to talk shop, and she walked away. Okay, now the irony, we're literally at a TEDx event to talk shop, but here's what struck me. Even though her words didn't shake my belief in what I do, because I know why FFR is effective, unique, and important, I was still shaken and my nervous system was definitely charged and I was on the verge of tears. So I took a few days to reflect on that incident and here's what I uncovered. One, I was just stunned. It was like I was a cashier at McDonald's and she came in demanding Arby's. I'm like, ma'am, this is McDonald's. And she just kept getting more upset. So if I could do it again, I would just say, okay, and move on. Two, I was representing TEDx ABQ, and I didn't want any of that energy to reflect poorly on the event. So I hope I handled it with grace. I know I was worried about that. But three, I had just gotten hit by a trauma train. And you know what I mean? Like sometimes people have unprocessed stuff, and you, just by being you, where you are and what you happen to say, presses a button. Suddenly you're standing on the tracks and their trauma barrels toward you and you didn't even see it coming. I've stood in front of a lot of trauma trains doing this work, and I've learned how to recognize them, how to protect myself. But this one, it was stealth. I didn't have my seatbelt on, I wasn't ready, but I'm still proud of myself. Not because I said all the perfect things, because I didn't, but because I took the time to reflect. I didn't spiral into insecurity. I didn't question my work. I know what I built. I know why I teach this. Because what I felt from her, that charged nervous system reaction, first responders feel that daily. But for them, it's not just words, it's the public yelling at them, sometimes physically hurting them, and they have to stay calm. They don't get to walk away. They have to breathe through it, stay centered, not take it personally, and be the grounded one. And that takes immense mental fortitude. And the only reason I could even begin to access that in this interaction is because of my yoga practice. Yoga helps you feel at home in your own skin, live in a state of observation, and choose your response without reacting. So, yeah, I survived my first public TEDx moment, and I'm more resilient because of it. So watch out, world. I just had a bad public interaction, which means I've truly arrived. So thanks for listening. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're in Albuquerque, come to class or join on our live stream on our YFFR University online platform, even if you're in your jeans, and actually, especially if you're in jeans. Talk soon. Hey, before we go, I want to remind you that training your mental and physical health is incredibly important, especially for those working in high-stress jobs like first responders.
And if you're interested in learning more about yoga for first responders, visit yogaforfirstresponders.org for our on-demand training app, online course platform, in-person training, and more.
Like this podcast, subscribe, and give us a great review. We are so happy to have you part of the YFFR mission.